Oh God, we are live. Are we live, everybody? Are we live? Are we live? Wait, was that what actually was going on right now? We are live, everybody. As always, get that up here. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. This wasn't really planned, okay? This was more like, and I just wanted to go out there and do like a live little show, talk about um, WandaVision, and kind of like it's all wrapped up now. It's all wrapped up, and that's it. I really can't believe that it's over. Honestly, can't believe that it's over. What was it, like 9 weeks? 9 weeks of WandaVision and this whole series and talking to one another and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to do this one live, last minute, and kind of see what happens. But on this episode we had, after I watched it, like, oh my god, like I guess it was like 4 more times. I watched it like one more. I watched it like 2 times. Two. I'm putting like have like a 3 up. I watched it 3 times that night. 2 more after I did the live reaction. I just couldn't believe how it was just kind of like how it was going. What's going on, Narado? After like a couple days. Well, when did it come out? Friday night. So it's been a couple days now. How is the WandaVision finale settling down with you, Narado? I'm sure a lot of people didn't expect it to be the way it did. But then it kind of makes sense because the theories that so many channels were coming out with was it got the hype so big. Like we crashed all these WandaVision fans crashed the Disney service like for what, the last 2 weeks, like hard. So Disney definitely has to step up their server. I'm excited for Falcon the Winter Soldier. Falcon the Winter Soldier is gonna be. I can't wait. I was blown away by the WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier. That one's gonna be on another level. But after seeing like WandaVision a couple more times, I can respect that what the route they took. I honestly, it's so funny. It gets me mad, but it's also, after a couple days, I kind of like just realize that it's nothing to be mad about. But the whole Paul Bettany saying that the guy that he's gonna be able to work with is gonna be somebody that he's always wanted to work with before. He's never got to work with before. Turned out to be himself. So, um, hey bro, what do you think? Who will win, Godzilla or Kong, or will they die? I don't think any of them will die. I think one of them will submit. And I'm Team Kong. I want that. So I want Godzilla to make, Kong submit and everything. But I think Godzilla's gonna take the crown. What about you? Who do you think is gonna? You think somebody's gonna die? I don't think so. You can, in the trailer, you can even hear them saying like they're not gonna stop till one of them submits, or else they would have said like one of them dies. They focus way too much time on that. And what's going on with the? Our channel got a copyright strike because of that Mechagodzilla trailer. Every channel that did a reaction to it, the Mechagodzilla trailer reveal was they all got a strike on that. So I don't know what happened on their part. They released the trailer that had something in there they didn't want to see. Was it the whole Mechagodzilla? They didn't want to show Mechagodzilla that way. Or maybe it included something that wasn't something they did. The music, probably they didn't have the rights to the music. So they wanted to take everything down, any trace of that down. All right, all right, all right. But after watching the WandaVision a couple more times, it ended up being. I love the season. Definitely didn't end the way I expected it to end, but after watching it a couple more times, I was happy with the outcome. Crazy to see the action scenes, how good they look too. That was crazy. The ending for Monica Rambeau, I still don't know who was the scroll talking about. Like, oh, he's waiting for you up there. Is he talking about Nick Fury? Was that Nick Fury he was talking about there? Because if that's Nick Fury, then I mean Nick Fury, Nick Fury, that would make sense. I don't know. Then we got the final trailer right at the end where it was we showed Wanda in like a cabin somewhere far in the lake or some weird shit. And she was studying the book, and then she heard her kids coming. So who has their kids? Somebody has her kids. She heard her kids. So did anybody else notice when Dottie's had the magic going over her head, and had the magic going over her head, and then you kind of saw that the magic that was going over Dottie's head was yellow, even though Agnes was kind of like taking her, like awakening her. It didn't show no purple. It didn't show no red magic. It showed a yellow type of thing over Dottie's head. So maybe somebody else was there watching everything. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know if I should even theorize or say any theories because I don't even know what's gonna happen anymore. Just confused the way it ended. Still can't believe that it's over. 9 weeks. We're still getting like another episode out next week, but it's gonna be a kind of like the behind the scenes and stuff like that. Maybe we'll get maybe we'll get another little glimpse of something. I don't know. Let's see if we can do like an episode 9 breakdown. Okay, 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 okay. Ending explained. Easter egg details you missed. Season finale. I want to see if I can get this.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and this is a breakdown of WandaVision Episode 9, the series finale, a true gut punch of familial loss, overreaching fan theories, and robots talking boats. Let's break down this finale scene by scene, frame by frame in some cases, to point out all those interesting details that are a bit hard to catch. Really, folks, going back to appreciate the stuff they hide in these episodes has always been my favorite part of this, and I appreciate you folks for going on this ride with me. So here we go. You know, we do get some nice fighting in WandaVision, but none of it involved realistic nuclear submarines, though I got a game that fills that void. Conflict of Nations is a free online PvP strategy.
Oh god, what do I got myself in?
To lead in modern global warfare. In this description in this finale episode. But achieving this status comes with Wanda having to give up her family inside that hex. But this episode tells us that family is never truly lost, because our souls are rooted in the memories that we share with loved ones. So that way, family can truly be forever. Family is actually in the opening line of this episode from Tommy.
No, I did not find the Easter eggs in episode 9. Hopefully.
Being choked
Why?
Dennis' main
What was some
priority
Easter
is
eggs
the
on there?
safety of his brother. Say it with me, Vin Diesel. Family. Then after creepily rising back up, Agatha's purple blast now has a bit of red mixed in, showing how she stole some of Wanda's chaos
Oh,
magic.
that is
This
true.
right back at her.
I didn't
Wanda
know that.
Horrors Agatha into the house with Agatha's empty boots sticking out like the Wicked Witch
The-
of the East. With this witch's like
Okay, I see
hurling
that.
fireballs from rooftops, red puffs of smoke, and killing your little dog too. Agatha is very much Wizard of Oz inspired. Actually, the 2013 film Oz the Great and Powerful shows up on the marquee again, a film directed by Sam Raimi, currently directing Elizabeth Olsen as she returns in Doctor
Okay.
Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. We're gonna explain how. Then White Vision floats down.
Is it really you?
Similar to Wanda's confused greeting when she first meets White Vision in the comics, but this Mac OS Vision doesn't play nice. Ugh, that bone crunch sound effect. Luckily, Vision knocks him into a Winnebago, and boom, looking for a White Vision walking right out of those flames like the Terminator T-100. A true machine. Now, I love the camera motion following Wanda's glide up and then back through the window glass to Monica. Always appreciated how good this show is about scene geography. Like, we always know where in Westview we are, and when we don't know where we are, it's for a reason. The action's very easy to track. I love it. Now, Pietro traps Monica in his man cave using his super speed to tap her off her feet.
Yeah, this is probably one of the craziest things that happened in episode 9.
An indicator that Monica herself is pretty sturdy, and even though Pietro is, I guess, not Fox X-Men Quicksilver, this man cave, his super momentum, these are things we saw with Quicksilver in Days of Future Past. So you're just gonna take the cool stuff about him, but not bring the character over? White Vision goes right for that Mind Stone in Vision's head, just like Thanos and the Black Order did. Now, at first in this fight between them, Vision does have the edge by phase shifting through White Vision's blows. But notice how, over the course of the battle, White Vision learns from this so that later in the library, he catches Vision off guard by the same kind of phase shifting. He's learning. I love the shot where White Vision rises from the cracked pavement, trying to drag Vision down, because White Vision is essentially a zombie corpse from the grave, dragging Vision, an angelic form conceived in this afterlife, back down to hell. Now, Paul
Boo,
Bettany's
Yudi,
pulling double duty
boo.
as both Visions, and this is confirmed. This was a big secret cameo Bettany teased.
And they're gonna be so disappointed when they find out it's me.
Now, I don't mind this. I think Bettany's great in both roles, but his trolling did kind of contribute to a perfect storm of fan expectation chaos, something that we go into in Inside Marvel. Go check that out. Now, Hayward's screen shows the comparative vibranium decay of both Visions. Notice Vision represented in gold has a higher concentration than White Vision. That's because White Vision's vibranium is older, more decayed than his Hex counterpart, whose vibranium was manifested like weeks ago. Jimmy Woo snatches the phone in plain sight
Jimmy
of
Woo!
this sword agent, who I just assume just hates Hayward. You know, Hayward's a dick. Jimmy picks the lock with Flourish, another nod to his close-up magic classes from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, one of my greatest pleasures throughout.
Not much Trinity. We just started watching. I'm trying to like figure out like just the breakdown, watching episode 9 breakdown.
Dapper Dan, frozen with his foot on the hydrant. It's not an Easter egg. I just love this weirdo. He never moves. My man. And then Dennis the
My
mailman
man.
drives by in that Presto truck that wasn't at all related to anything.
Don't shoot. I'm just a messenger.
I still feel like he has something to do with.
Episode 2.
Don't shoot. I'm just a messenger.
I'm starting to think that Dennis might just be Jimmy Woo's missing witness. If you look closely in
Oh,
episode
yeah,
5,
we never got the missing
ID on their
witness.
ID wall, but we never got a close look at what was written on that file. The missing witness is definitely not Pietro/Ralph. I will get to why later. But Dennis just seems like he could have been a past crook who would cooperate with the feds to turn in his past criminal associates. And then him saying, "Don't shoot, I'm just a messenger," is something you could imagine someone like that whimpering to like a
Who was the
mafioso's
mini?
gun.
The missing.
But then Agatha confirms that her spellbook is indeed
The missing
Dark
witness.
Marvel's Book of the Damned.
I'm so excited, I
This
couldn't
is
get it out.
potentially the biggest confirmation of this episode. See, in the comics, the Darkhold was a collection of spells written by, and I think I got the right pronunciation here, Shaitan, the demon lord who originally cursed Wanda as a baby. Agnes says here,
The Scarlet Witch is not born, she is forged. She has no coven, no need for incantation.
Forge likely refers to her forgery by the Mind Stone, because it was that Infinity Stone amplification that made Wanda the Scarlet Witch, with Nexus level powers unique among the witches. But ironically, Agatha says this in front of a billboard for Squeaky Shine, using the power of Mother Earth. Wanda's untaught magic is a natural phenomenon, whereas Agatha, according to her Latin bullying, mors monstro naturae, she's a freak of nature, an aberration in nature. She cheated via supernatural means. And notice the book once again glows a fiery orange color, the same color of magic that seemed to protect Agatha from the blue spells and allowed her purple magic to take over and drain the rest of the coven. Presumably that magic came from the Darkhold and whatever demonic entity or entities are contained within. Now the Darkhold is the source of all supernatural horrors in the Marvel world. Like, expect this book to come back in Multiverse of Madness and Blade. Many believe it belongs among the other spell books in the Camartage library, but this looks way older. Like, there's no way Librarian Wong would let it get into this shape. I'm thinking this book actually predates that entire library. It's far more dangerous than anything in there. But inside this book, these ancient runes and geometric illustrations, like notice that hexagon framing the Scarlet Witch there, they do appear to link this magic of Agatha and her coven to the Marvel sorcerers. She even references Doctor Strange here.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme. It's your destiny to destroy the world.
And by destroying the world, I
Ben 10. I've heard so much about that show.
Of alternate worlds. That might be what these various overlapping circles on the opposite page could be referring to. Now, by the way, this is a very different Darkhold than the one in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or in Runaways, further telling us that those titles might not be MCU canon. Though, hey, with the multiverse, maybe one day all this shit can be MCU canon. Now, Agatha awakens meat puppet Dottie, whose real name is Sarah Proctor. Sarah Proctor was the daughter of the Proctor family, a family accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials. Her father, John Proctor, was hanged. Now, Sarah's husband is Harold Proctor, aka Jones, so presumably this is the name she married into, unless Harold took her name. Like, I could see him doing that. He seems like a progressive fella. Now, Dottie/Sarah doesn't seem to also be a witch in Westview, at least so far, but with Agatha's survival, this nosy neighbor could identify another witch with Salem roots to try to mentor, to take under her wing. We just know witchcraft is an ongoing thing in the MCU 7 months later in Spider-Man Far From Home with Mr. Dell's superstition.
Came for science, we're leaving because of witches. Welcome to the new Dark Ages.
So Monica realizes that Pietro is actually Ralph, the Ralph we've been looking for the whole time. The husband Agatha can't shut up about. His name is Ralph Boner. Look, I'll have more thoughts on why this whole Evan Peters casting misdirect happened in the first place. There's actually probably a very good reason for it. We're gonna talk about it Inside Marvel, but for his part, Evan Peters had this to say about his cameo.
Dude, I'm such a huge fan of the Marvel Universe. It was so cool to come over there and hang out with all those guys.
As if this might not be an ongoing thing going forward. Now, the name Boner could be a nod to Agatha's oft-mentioned intimacy issues with Ralph, or more likely a nod to Growing Pains, Mike Seaver's buddy Richard Stabone, aka Boner. Yeah, that was his nickname in this 80s sitcom. Now, Growing Pains was a reference point on the episode Evan Peters first appeared in, and WandaVision director Matt Shakman got his showbiz start as a child actor on Just the 10 of Us, which was a Growing Pains spinoff. So the guy's got boners on the brain. Now, Monica reads this from an overdue water bill. Now, look closely, and the charges go way up in the month of October. Maybe because that's when the hex started, and Ralph maybe needed to hydrate a lot more after his high-speed Halloween hijinks. Or this is also when Agatha moved in, and we know she loves gardening, all those purple flowers, using a lot of hose water. I don't know, they might still be the one to go ever bloom after all. Especially if Agatha's not dead, she's gonna be growing stuff in that town. Can't wait to revisit Catherine Hunt. Now, she also gets this from the name on his headshot, meaning Ralph is an aspiring actor. I actually assumed they used one of Evan Peters' real early headshots. I love it. Now, the fact that water bill's overdue, an aspiring actor living in Westview, New Jersey in that house, the guy's broke. Ralph is not Jimmy Woo's missing witness, folks. This isn't like a casting assignment. That's not what they do for people in federal witness protection. They don't give them headshots with their names on it. They know what their own face looks like. He's just an actor, and people in federal witness protection are forbidden from any attention-grabbing behavior, like going anywhere you might appear on the news or attempting a freaking acting career. That, plus his water bill goes back several months, and Jimmy said his witness moved there recently, and Jimmy saw Pietro on screen and didn't say anything. So stop asking me if Ralph is a federal witness protection person. He's not. But he's not. But then Billy, future Wiccan, uses his telepathy to sense his parents. Interestingly, he sees Wanda using her chaos magic to choke the townspeople before she actually does that in the following scene. That means Billy can see the future. Like Raven, Wanda pleads her case.
You're fine. You're fine.
Wait, Billy can see the future.
Safe in here. You feel at peace.
Does this sound like the kind of rationale other MCU villains use, like Loki saying, "Is this not simpler?" Or Thanos expecting the universe to be grateful. They all mean well, but as Agatha correctly points out,
Heroes don't torture people.
you know who does? Villains. She's gonna be a villain. Now, Wanda tries to be merciful by opening the hex walls, which with this red color does kind of evoke the parting of the Red Sea by Moses, which would let the Hebrew slaves flee to freedom, but also lets in the cruel Pharaoh, in this case, Hayward. As the town glitches,
I wanted to see
marquee
Hayward get his ass
toggles
kicked.
between ones we've discussed, Big Red and Kidnapped, the way these people are kidnapped in a Big Red hex. Also, Vision ate Big Red gum. Oz the Great and Powerful. And this modern one, Tannhauser Gate, which is a nod to the Tears of Rain monologue in Blade Runner. This episode also deals with the philosophy of AI and metaphysics like Blade Runner.
I saw Blade Runner last night. Good movie. Good movie.
Like you can see a yellow poster for this movie in the post-credit scene. Looks like a
Dysfunction?
kids movie. But the theater name is the Coronet Theater. Coronet is a small crown, reflecting the Scarlet Witch crown at the center of Wanda's identity.
Do you think Logan might appear?
Also, during this glitching, you can briefly see a billboard flipping to an ad for Hydra
No.
Soap, the soap commercial from episode 3.
Like appear
just
where?
how we saw logos
Like
for
you think
Ghostbusters.
Logan's gonna appear
And
soon?
with the hex now open, Vision, Billy, and Tommy begin to disintegrate, and their particles are these Tetrisy jigsaw blocks, like the walls of Wanda's house as she constructed it last episode, both a nod to Joe Quesada's amazing House of M cover art that I've referenced like a million times. And the family lines up like the Incredibles, referenced back in episode 6. Wanda protects them with a spherical shield, just like Violet does for her family. Now, in the library is this banner reading, "The library is a place to be," with beehive hexagons, which I only bring up because clearly Agent Franklin's beekeeper form had to mean something. Another loose end that we will address in Inside Marvel. Stay tuned. And then Vision cleverly tricks White Vision with a logical paradox.
I request elaboration.
I'm gonna use the out of that. So Vision brings up the ship of Theseus from Greek philosophy. How much can you replace the pieces of something until its identity has now changed? With White Vision stuck in a paradox, both are the true ship and neither are the true ship. This is kind of the way they try to defeat Robot Santa with a logical paradox in Futurama.
Consider this. You are programmed to destroy the naughty. But many of those you destroy are, in fact, nice. I submit to you that you are naughty, and that logically you must destroy yourself.
Unfortunately for White Vision, his head wasn't built with paradox-absorbing crumple zones, so Vision offers a solution.
I think the question,
Perhaps the rot.
a better question would be, will Logan
Touched by
be
Theseus.
played
So Vision is saying
by
memory
the same guy who played Logan? Oh my God, I forgot what was his name.
Later, when Wanda finally justifies Vision's existence as an extension of her soul, and he
As much as I would
echoes the
love
same
that,
concept.
I have been a voice with no body.
he still could make a small appearance
A memory.
in like the
Vision
multiverse.
restores the memories from the
Maybe you
data
want like in the
inside
Deadpool
White
movie.
Vision, showing us lots of MCU flashbacks. First,
I don't think, but I think there's gonna be an actual a rebooted Logan in the New Mutants movie.
Vision's birth and Avengers Tower, then Shuri scanning his
Think
head
all the
before
X-Men might get
Logan
rebooted.
grabbed Ultron's head, which is kind of what this moment with White Vision is paralleling. The gold versus the blue color tones. Gold representing the Jarvis voiced Vision, blue representing a soulless AI. Then when he wielded Mjolnir and fought sentries in that Sokovian church, Wanda fighting him to save Hawkeye in Civil War.
I'm glad that
His
the
two
Hex Vision
deaths
gave
in
White
Wanda
Vision the
and Thanos
memories,
in Wakanda,
unlocked his
Infinity War,
memories, so he
a
can
shot of
remember
him
everything.
firing that beam that hit Rhodey in the Civil War airport.
I can't wait for them to meet again.
Scott behind him there. Wanda flirting with him in
Wanda
Avengers
and
compound,
White
Vision
Vision.
helping her up after that airport battle. Wanda cupping his face in Scotland in Infinity War. Then Wanda trying to heal Corvus Glaive's wound right after that. And then Thanos getting that Mind Stone, turning him into the corpse that later ended up in Sword's hands. With these memories restored, White Vision declares himself Vision and blasts the hell knows where. Maybe a new protocol to reassemble the Avengers. Maybe the Apple Store to an iPod. I don't know. We're gonna talk more about White Vision's future in tomorrow's Q&A. Wanda teasingly vanishes in front of Agatha, signaling to us that she has been picking up some of Agatha's moves and has another learned tactic up her sleeve. The boys handle the military, love that line, with Tommy stealing a hat the way Quicksilver stole a hat as a speedster in the X-Men film.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Children, though it looks like that first shot would have gone between them. Hayward poorly shoots at children, but Monica heroically jumps in front to take the bullets. She doesn't know these kids have superpowers like she does. So that's nice of her. Now this time her eyes glow yellow. Each time her eyes kind of glow a different color,
Oh,
reflecting
you're
the
right.
radiation she's connected with in that moment. Perhaps here, maybe it's the gunfire or the metal of the bullets, but either way, the bullets refract through her and then slow and then drop out the other side. It's just another example of Monica's abilities as Spectrum or Photon, whatever name they're gonna go with, absorbing all forms of energy and sort of redirecting it or reapplying it. But interesting, notice her eyes follow a bullet as it whizzes past her, a sign that she also must be capable of moving at super speeds, which is also something Spectrum can do in the comics. And then I love it, Darcy rams Hayward in that funnel cake truck, which remember, that warped from an armored truck in episode 6. It actually warps back to that later, and remember, warped materials retain their composition, explaining why she could ram Hayward like this. Wanda sneaks up to Agatha to curse her, the same quick movement that she did to the Avengers in Age of Ultron. In this case, Agatha's nightmare is the painful memory of her witch trial. Seeing her coven resurrect might have been why she was so fearful of Wanda being able to raise the dead. But then the coven turns on Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, recognizing her as the foretold harbinger of chaos, with her red crown forming on her head, linking it to the blue crown that formed on Evanora's head. But Wanda ends up breaking out of this, using Agatha's envy for the chaos magic against her, feeding her more of it and more of it, while luring her into a trap of runes that disable her magic, just like the ones Agatha used to trap Wanda. And I love the moment Agatha tries to use her magic, but nothing happens, just like Thanos in Endgame.
I was wondering why every time she was shooting those blasts at Agatha, she was missing.
Inevitable.
Like, why?
So Wanda absorbs Agatha's
I knew that
magic
she was
and
planning
becomes the
something, but I didn't know she was trying to do the runes.
costume with this nice
I love the
edge
costume of
on the
Wanda.
crown.
I love the Scarlet Witch costume.
Down the basement, maybe hinting at a future House of M event in Multiverse of Madness. With this M shape in her crown and this other interesting runic shape on her belt buckle, I'm wondering if both of these could be some sort of protective runes that protect Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, wherever she goes. Very cool design. Now, some are comparing Wanda's wardrobe to Magneto, Michael Fassbender's look, but I really love how it incorporates the colors of all the magic she now possesses, the way Agatha's purple and blue dress did. Here, Wanda's red and Agatha's purple mix to form this dark scarlet, and then you can see little stripes of blue on the legs. She's got the power of herself, of the Mind Stone, of Agatha, and of the other members of that coven. And Wanda, now if you listen, has a bit more of her Sokovian accent come back.
Yeah, I heard that the Sokovian accent definitely came back.
Agnes in Westview.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're cruel. You have no idea what you've unleashed.
Indeed, a dark move by Wanda to trap Agatha in this dollhouse routine. And when Agatha turns into Agnes, notice she retains the brooch. No matter what, that stays with her. But now it's kind of a way Wanda can identify her, almost like a scarlet letter. And then the two part with,
I'll be seeing you, Agnes.
Not if I see you first, hon.
if I see you first, sounds like a veiled threat. Agatha may come back to haunt Wanda before Wanda expects it. And then Wanda and Vision tuck in the boys, saying family is forever. And Wanda interestingly says this.
Boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom.
Another sign that these boys might have come from a source outside of Wanda's magic. She didn't conceive and give birth to them. They chose her. It's kind of like a rescue dog. Who rescued who, right? And then Wanda and Vision hold hands as the hex closes in, reflecting that famous closing shot of Fight Club as the narrator and Marlo hold hands, watching their world collapse around them. But then Wanda says this beautiful monologue.
You, Vision, are the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in me. You are a body of wires and blood and bone that I created. You are my sadness and my hope, but mostly you're my love.
24 Jeezy WandaVision was a huge letdown. Yeah, there's a lot of mixed reactions. A lot of people were upset with the whole Pop Bettany saying that there was going to be like this big reveal. I mean, well, some we're going to see somebody that he always wanted to work with.
And as we cut from Wanda's hex to reality, you may notice her right hand starts being higher, and then suddenly her left hand is higher on the other side of the cut. But I don't think this is a mistake, because a real detail here. Emotional trigger warning. Her wedding band and her engagement ring are also now missing from her left hand. So the last thing this fading hex did was lift the rings off her finger, essentially reversing the moment Wanda magically married them back in episode 1. So now Wanda finds herself back in the empty lot, as if nothing has happened. Dorothy waking up from the dream. This was foreshadowed by young Wanda in that flashback last episode.
By the end of the episode, you realize it was all a bad dream.
But the people of Westview will never forget. Way to ruin it for all mutants, Wanda. These people are gonna be so mean to the mutants. But Monica at least wishes her well.
Bye, Wanda. Good luck.
Good luck. Does take Wanda back to that simple probability hex that she could cast as a kid, back when bringing herself good luck was as magical as it got for her. But my oh my, how this witch has grown. Post-credit scene number 1! The Skrull search is back on. This Skrull is an associate of Nick Fury, an old friend of Maria and Monica Rambeau from the days of Captain Marvel, setting up Monica to join Fury on that Skrull space station that we see him on in the Far From Home post.
So it was Fury.
Which is again 7 months after this. Now, by the way, I'm thinking
I know a lot of you people already knew that, but for me, I didn't.
Hey buddy, nice eyes! But they revealed this Skrull transformation.
Narada, did you see that Godzilla vs. Kong new TV spots? Are the new TV spots already out?
Right? I'm thinking maybe it's another visual setting up Monica's future as Photon or Spectrum, which both names come from.
Hey, what's going on, Kitty Cat King?
Electromagnetic physiology. But the final scene picks up with Wanda in a cabin by this mountain lake. We got a couple options for where this could be. This could be just her home country of Sokovia. Some are saying it could be Alkali Lake, the location of the Weapon X lab that created Wolverine. Or it could be Wundagore Mountain, the location of the Citadel of the High Evolutionary, where
Wundagore Mountain.
Wanda and Pietro in the comics. Bova showed up in episode 2. Remember, Bova's the bovine nursemaid created by the High Evolutionary. If this is Wundagore, that tea Wanda brews could be that Wundagore Everbloom herb I theorized Agatha was brewing for her in episode 7. There's something weird going on here. Wanda freaking bare hands the metal handle of a tea kettle that was just boiling. Guess the girl likes it. What's going on here? Wanda is using astral projection.
She's a Scarlet Witch. She can do that if she wants to.
The Darkhold. Kind of like the way Doctor Strange used astral projection to study sorcery while he was sleeping. But the fact that Wanda is doing it while awake is troubling, because how is she splitting her consciousness like this? Everyone else does it when they're either incapacitated or sleeping. Wanda seems to be pulling alternate versions of herself already from alternate realities to be able to do this. But listen to the music here. This is Michael Giacchino's Doctor Strange theme.
Oh, you're right.
Giacchino composed the opening Marvel Studios title card theme. This version of it actually first appeared in the Doctor Strange movie in 2016. So in a way, Giacchino's music has been here with us in WandaVision the whole time. But in the final seconds from the Darkhold, Wanda hears the voices of Billy and Tommy calling for help.
Mm-hmm.
Wanda's eyes widen with recognition, we flash to red. What's going on here? Well, how did we get here? Remember, the camera swooped in from an insane distance, and without cutting, it glides all the way into the back interior room. Very eerie, very Evil Dead, Sam Raimi. It's like we are a disembodied spirit, a fellow astral projection watching Wanda. Maybe Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, whose powers Wanda has apparently surpassed. And the Avengers, she will probably be a villain too in Multiverse of Madness. I think Wanda is recreating what we saw in the Darkhold pages, the wavy-haired sorceress creating these circle hexes. Doing what? Channeling her Nexus powers to tap into the multiverse to find an alternate reality like the one she created, where she can go on to be with Vision and her sons. But the problem is, those boys came from some mystery outside source. And now that their voices are screaming out for help, it makes us wonder what darker threat this Scarlet Witch unleashed, to use the word of Agatha's warning. Look, there's all kinds of demonic forces out there. We're gonna meet at least one of them in Multiverse of Madness. I win the other video while I'm still on that crazy Mephisto train. Obviously not for the 9 episodes of WandaVision. He was a total no-show. Hundreds of you have been very kind to remind me of that on Twitter. Thanks. But hey, now that Marvel has set the stage for satanic witchcraft and the Darkhold, there's always a future Marvel title. Loki, Multiverse of Madness. Just saying, if those demon spawn are still in the mix, the devil is still in the details. But hey, to be honest, I don't really care about that right now. I'm just in full appreciation for this series. With its creepy, funny, heartbreaking, mysterious nonsense, and being able to theorize about it week to week with you all. So thank you so much for sticking with me, and knowing that New Rockstars is always aimed for more than just like theory accuracy. Like if you were with us before WandaVision, you know that all too well. And if you found us through WandaVision, welcome. The madness is just beginning. And thanks again to Conflict of Nations for sponsoring this video. Conflict of Nations is the free online PvP strategy game happening in a modern global warfare. You get an exclusive gift. Click on the link in the description to get this exclusive gift of 13,000 gold and 1 month of free premium subscription. Offer only available for 30 days. don't lose time. Click on the link in the description, choose your country, and fight your way to victory. And another reminder to check out.
Okay, we are gonna stop it right there. So definitely, there's some good stuff in there. I a lot of good stuff that I didn't really know. So a lot of people, probably if you're watching this, you've probably already seen that. Where am I trying to go to right now? Let's see. Narado said, let's get the new TV spots. Which TV spots? The last one was the Mechagodzilla one, and then it got taken down, and we all got a copyright strike for that. Is there another one, or was it just kind of like the 7-second one? Let me look. Godzilla vs. Kong, final trailer, monster movie. Let me look. Let me try Twitter. Godzilla vs. Kong. They did come out with new posters. But how's it posting the wrong one? Okay. That's not the one that I want to capture. I'm gonna go and do this. We're gonna go and change that real. Not blow that up. So we got these two little posters right here. We got this badass picture of Godzilla, and then we got Kong over here. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. The 7-second one. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. The 7-second one. I kind of want to know what happened with the Mechagodzilla trailer. Like, I wonder what happened. Like, why did it take that one down? And we're gonna try to figure out. And we do know about the total film. Look at that. My wallpaper right there. Man, look at how he looks. Beautiful. This live stream's gonna quickly change into Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, completely. I think I might have to change it. um, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this stream, and then I'm gonna start another stream with the so we can start looking more into Godzilla vs Kong. Just cause I changed this to wait, I think I can change it right here. Godzilla vs Kong. I'll just change the title real quick.